Hey, Joe.
Hi.
This is Captain Ken and Captain Joe of Jack's Charter Service and Catch 22. We've been asked by a bunch of people to go through some things of our favorites, what we use, favorite spoons, favorite flashers, favorite flies, and divers. So I'm going to start out with actually deeper divers.
Get her. Oh my God.
One of our favorite deeper divers is this green UV one. It's an exclusive to Fish USA. It's absolutely amazing in size both 4 and size 5. Super good for king salmon, lake trout, all of the species really, but king salmon and lake trout when pounding the bottom for lake trout, amazing. King salmon, absolutely love it. One of the other colors that was, give me the clear one. Thank you. Of course, clear. It was probably my favorite one until the green one came along. We use clear in the 107 size, the 124 size, so size 4 and size 5. You can see on here, this one's on size 5, 124. The one that I showed you of the green was the exact same as well. Good for all species. All around a great diver. Give me the purple one.
Okay.
Thank you. An exclusive once again from Fish USA, purple. It was great for king salmon. A little bit of action for some of our steelhead, but a good one for king salmon. I wouldn't say that it was as good as the green one. The green one was better than the purple one. Give us the silver one.
Okay.
The all silver one, just all around, I would say that it is my second favorite for lake trout. My first being the green one, second being the silver one. Black will work for lake trout. Just about anything works for lake trout, but the silver and the green one seem to work a lot better for lake trout. In the springtime, for our coho salmon on our side of the lake, because we're out of Milwaukee, Racine, Wisconsin area, orange for the coho salmon is crazy good. Fish USA was making a orange version of this. I haven't seen it. I've got to send them an email to hopefully get that back in as an exclusive, because the silver and orange did do very well for the coho salmon. So I would say if we look at all of our different divers here, like we had said, the green and clear, really good. The purple for Chinook salmon, the all chrome one for lake trout, king salmon, all of the species really. So now I'm going to take this into how we tie this up to our leader. So everyone knows how to tie a regular knot. A lot of people have issues with tying wire line to the diver. So we're going to just go through this really quickly. It's a brand new spool. We use Malin. It's 30-pound wire. It's 1,000 feet. Some people cut their 1,000 feet and don't put the entire amount on the spool. We use the entire thing, so we back it with a 30-pound blood run, 30-pound big game monofilament line. So the way that this wire works, I don't know if we can see here, we have a Sampo swivel and a ball bearing swivel. Here's another Sampo swivel, the smaller size. So we're using this larger size to attach our diver. So we're literally taking the wire, and I'm going to, so this would be the end of it that's coming from your rod. So I'm just taking it off the spool. So we put it through the eye, bring it back around. So now I have a hoop, and then a little ways up, probably a 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so, So just tie one knot, an overhand knot. I just went through it. I'm just pulling it tight. And now I'm going to tie another overhand knot, but I don't want it to end up in the same area. I want it to end up closer to the actual swivel itself. Right, Joe?
Right.
So now you can see where it is, and I'm just going to pull it tight. So literally now we have two, and it's tied. We would just cut this tag end. I don't have a trimmer here with me, otherwise I would cut it for you. And then just take this, obviously, the swivel, and hook it directly to your diver. Now obviously these are directional divers. You turn it to the right, you turn it to the left for how far you want it to go out to the side. If you're out at a 3, it's going to go further out to the side. If you're at a 0, it should theoretically track straight down. So when you're running multiple Dipsies, your inside Dipsy, the one closest to the boat, set at a 1/2, maybe a 1. Your outside Dipsy, set at a 3. You can mess around with having a larger Dipsy, the 124, on your inside, and a 107 on your outside. There's many times in coho season that we're running 3 divers, so 3 of these, 1 on a 1/2, 1 on a 1.5, and 1 on a 3. So 3 divers a side. So 6 total divers. So you're all hooked up here now. Now what we're going to do is the back end of this. We use, the snubbers that I like the best right now are Warrior snubbers. I use clear for almost everything on a diver, except for in coho season. My port side divers, to keep my port rods and my starboard rods separate and easily accessible. All of my port ones, since your port light is red, I put all orange snubbers on the port side. And then clear snubbers on the other side. I happen to use either a clear snubber or a black snubber behind our downrigger balls, but we'll get to that later on. Alright, so let's say that we were using the orange snubber, because this rod is going to go on our port side. We've got the back end of the diver. Open up, clip her on. Now to this end of the diver, we're going to use blood run line. We use all blood run fluorocarbon. This is 40-pound test. We've got 30-pound tests here. So I use 30-pound test fluorocarbon on all my divers. In the springtime, for coho season, we actually just go for whatever an arm's length is. Whatever, I'm 6'1" tall, so I stretch out my arms. Sorry, buddy, and put that amount of fluorocarbon to the back side of the diver before we actually get to our bait. So obviously, then on the other side, we're just using a smaller sample swivel, and tie that on the back end. And then your bait, whether it's a dodger and a fly, a spoon, a flasher fly, whatever it may be, goes on the other end. Now, there are a lot of people that will mess around, and we have as well, with longer leads of fluorocarbon on the back end of the diver. So you have your wire line right here going to the rod. When you're going to set it, obviously you clip it in. It's a directional diver. It's going to go to one side or another side. You've got the snubber. Then we tie our fluorocarbon line on the end of this snubber. And we're just using a regular fisherman's knot. It's really important with fluorocarbon line to make sure that you get the line wet. If you don't wet the line, you're going to have issues with the line breaking, continuing to pull, whatever, because too much friction builds up, heats it up, and it's going to actually snap. So you don't want to lose a fish. Make sure that you just wet your line, clip the tag end, And then, unless you want to be like some people that run tag ends like this, I call them curb feelers because of the fact that they just stick out. Some people don't care about it. We trim all of ours. So like I said, an arm's length is what we usually run because of the fact that we're chartering. There are times that we'll go to 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet behind it. Some days I think that it's more effective to go longer. It's much harder to get in the boat. So if you're netting and doing everything on your own, you'll have to have another person on the boat pulling in the extra line so that you can net it, because you can't back up far enough in the boat when you have a 15 or 20 foot leader. So other than that, it's just about it for divers, I believe. We went through colors. We went through setups for it. The only thing that changes for rather than wire like we're doing right here, our divers in the spring of the year for coho salmon and for steelhead a lot, we're just using Power Pro. So we'll stick 30-pound Power Pro rather than this, and just tie a polymer knot rather than these two overhand knots like I've tied in the stainless steel line. Once again, Captain Ken and Joe from Catch 22 and Jack's Charter Service. We will be back at you with many other segments like this. Hopefully it's been helpful. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.